If you're thinking of doing your diploma in procurement and supplies, okay, the CIPS Level 4, and you want to self-study, and you're thinking, oh, how do I start? First of all, it's not even that complicated, right? Here's the thing. You just start by registering with the CIPS, so membership, and then from there you can book exams, you can access the knowledge hub, whatever. It's that easy, right? But now regarding the actual studying and passing exams, look, this is how simple the thing is. First of all, okay, if you start, there are 8 modules. There are 8 modules in this particular level. And by the time you're done, the idea is very simple. You start by figuring out, and you don't have to do them in any of these order, but by the time you're done, you're going to be good at figuring out, first of all, the basics of procurement, right? So the idea there is just to understand the scope and influence of procurement and supply. And that's going to put you in a position to, first of all, understand how can you add value as a procurement professional, right? And what exactly are the steps and procedures involved in procuring, purchasing, and supplies? The issue of organization you're working with, right? What are their rules? How can you comply with those rules? You understand that. Now, understanding the basics of procurement is one thing, but then you need to figure out the business itself, right? What does the business need? That is something else you need to be good at, which means figuring out how to develop a business case, because no one is going to give you money to buy something until you justify why you want to spend money on that thing. So how do you do a business case? And even if you have a business case, there is still the question of the market you're dealing with. You have to go out there in that market, right? So what exactly do you know about that market? Figure that one out. And even if you get to the market, how exactly are you going to communicate to your suppliers that is developing specification? So now you understand procurement, the basics, you understand how to talk to your suppliers, then you need to negotiate with these people. You need to contract with these people, okay? Those are 2 modules, by the way, commercial negotiation, commercial contracting, and then, yes, you get into a contract. That is, what is exactly is a contract? A contract is a legally binding agreement, okay? And that legally binding agreement means a relationship with suppliers, something you need to be good at. You need to be good at managing those supply related relationship. In short, you need to be good at supplier relationship. But even before getting to the supplier, okay, before even negotiating, before even contracting with these people, you should have figured out where these suppliers are, which is where sourcing is important. And you do it ethically. So between figuring out the business needs and getting into that contract, you are sourcing for these suppliers, right? So you get the ones that you want, you get into a contract with them, you negotiate with them, you get into a contract with them, you manage the relationship. At this point, you are almost 80% as far as the diploma in procurement and supply is concerned. You are good, right? But then these suppliers, they brought things, okay? They brought you goods, which you need to manage, which is where something like whole life asset management comes in. Because the issue here is, do you understand methods of the storage and movement of inventory? Do you understand the key elements of effective inventory control? Or do you even understand the concept of all life costing? So what am I saying? What I'm simply saying is that if you're going to self-study here, then you have to understand 8 things. You need to understand the basics of procurement. You understand how to figure out the business needs. You need to understand how to actually go to the market, okay? Source for suppliers, negotiate with those suppliers, contract those suppliers, work with them, basically supplier relationship. And when they deliver whatever it is that they deliver, you need to understand how to manage those things. And the 8th thing is, which now is just exam focused, is all these things, okay? They're going to test you practically if you understand all those 7 things. In short, procurement and supply in practice, which in this case is level 4, module 8. So yeah, that's pretty much what you're going to study there, right? But now you are self-studying. How exactly do you go about doing this? Normally, just say by doing 3 things: by figuring out the time you're going to be using to be studying, okay? And if you're busy, it means you don't really have time. What you have are gaps in between your busy day. So figure out at least 5 hours in your busy schedule that you're going to devote to just study. Not 4 hours a day, 5 hours a week, okay? So that could be 45 minutes on Monday, maybe 60 minutes on Tuesday, or 30 minutes on Wednesday, lunch break, or early in the morning, and then maybe lunch break, and that's like another 1 hour. Yeah, so that's the first thing, right? You do figure out the time. And then since you are studying to pass exams, because let's face it, yes, you need to understand those things, but look, you don't have time. You want results. Okay, let's just start by getting your results. So it means you need to split your study in such a way that 40% is devoted towards content, okay, the ones that you study, and 60% is to ensure that you're good at answering those questions. Of course, the question of how exactly am I going to answer these questions? Where do I get these questions from? And look, that is where I come in, okay? Let's keep it simple. I created my CIPS Level 4 Members Club for this exact reason. You see, if you're self-studying, it means you are practicing alone. No one is marking your answers, which means you don't even know if you're writing the correct answer. Now, in this club, which you should be joining, by the way, using details in the description, is what you're going to get. You're going to get mock exams on all CIPS Level 4 modules, all of them from Module 1 to Module 8. So it isn't like those people I normally see on my newsletter are like, stop sending me emails on Module 2. I'm not even on that. It's like, look, it's just an email, right? I mean, if it's not, just wait for the next day, you'll receive another one. So you have access to all the modules, right? Practice questions from all the modules. Now, I personally mark your answers. We review the mistakes together, if there are mistakes. And in some cases, you even get video summaries and other downloads depending on your requirement. Basically, you're going to be contacting me. It's like, okay, look, I'm on topic 2 of this particular chapter. I don't understand this. What is this all about? And then I'll be like, okay, voice note here. That talks about blah, 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 blah. So go ahead, do that, do the questions, send me the questions. I mark. The point here is simple. If you're going to self-study, you need to pass, okay? You don't have an excuse anymore. So what's the idea here? Simple. Figure out your time, okay? Study smart, not hard. You're not like just reading the manuals. And practice using the questions from the mock, okay? Mock questions from part of that club. And if you're stuck at any point, as I remember in that club, if you're stuck at any point, just contact me. Anyway, other than that, see you in the next video. And by the way, if you are trying to figure out this self-study thing, just check out this video. Anyway, see you in the next video.